Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Above Average Coaching, and we're back in our series of Enjoyably Average. And today we're going to be tackling the sport of running. So I don't know if you guys have found it, but during this pandemic and the lockdown, and then finally we're allowed to go running, I guess I even tried my hand at it. But if you're like me, you didn't enjoy it that much, you didn't find much success or feel very fulfilled doing it as well, and that's because, like me, you're either running too fast, you're trying to run too far, or you just weren't enjoying it. And so hopefully today we're going to tackle some basics of running and how to get into it and how to, enjoy it. So that's the plan for today. We're going to start as if, like me, you haven't run in a very long time, so to speak. Maybe I was just struggling because the altitude here in Zim is much greater. We had like 1,500 meters compared to the maybe 200 that we were faced in Stellenbosch. So that was maybe one of the problems. But how do we get into it? Let's start. So today we're going to have a bash at an 8-week sort of program to get into running our first 5k. And so the first thing to do is we need to pick a race. So maybe in 8 weeks you think, I'm going to run the park run at Route 44 or whatever it is. So have that as your goal, and we're going to work towards that. So some basic ideas of this training program. It's a good idea to do 3 runs or run walks in a week. The first 2 maybe Tuesday and Thursday for maybe 20 minutes, and then on the weekend have a slightly longer run, but not as fast. It's all about getting the distance underneath our belts. So 3 times a week is a good thing to do. So when we're on our off days, when we're not running, a good idea to do is either have a rest day or have a cross training session. So maybe you hit the gym, maybe you play some sport or something like that. Those are good ideas on your break days or your off days. First week is actually just going to be walking. So we're going to walk for 20 minutes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Maybe you can take the dogs out or whatever it is, but get good at walking first, and then the same on the Saturday, but just for a bit longer, maybe half an hour. So that's how to get into it in our first week. The next week we're going to go walk run. So we're going to start with a bit of running and a bit of walking. So we'll run for 20 seconds and then walk for a minute and a half or 2 minutes. Then just repeat the cycle for the 20 minutes on your Tuesday and Thursday walks, and the same of course on your Saturdays. As we progress and it feels a bit easier, increase the amount of running that you're doing and decrease the amount of walking. So on the first Saturday run, you want to try and average about 1.5 km. So that's the goal. Then as the weeks increase, so week 2 you'll try and do 2 km, week 3 2 km, week 4 3 km, week 5 general idea. But the question is, how fast do I need to run? And so that's what you need to be doing. You need to go and get yourself a heart rate monitor like I've got over here, and so work out your heart rate, work out the zones that you should be running in. You should start between 50 to 70% of your heart rate max. So how do you work out your heart rate max? So a very simple way is you take 220 and then you subtract your age. So for me, say I'm 20, just to make it a bit easier on the maths. So that'll be 200 will be my heart rate max. So 50% of that is 100 and 70% is 140. So as long as I'm running and my heart rate is between those two, I'm aces. I'm going to be enjoying it, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be a lot easier. It may seem like it's really slow and a boring pace, but believe me, I've been on the other side trying to run it like 80%, 85%, and you're buggered and it's just not enjoyable, and you don't walk away with that, that runner's high at the end of it. to keep us motivated when we're doing these runs. So one thing that we need to do is we need to try and run at the same time every day on our Tuesdays and Thursday and Saturday runs. If that's in the morning, if that's in the afternoon, make sure it's the same time. Make sure you're also listening to the same workout mix or whatever tunes you're enjoying at the moment. Make sure it's pretty similar. And then the next thing is make sure after you've had your run, you go do something really enjoyable. You know, just keep those endorphins flowing, and the enjoyment, you know, your neurons will be, and your brain will be like, okay, let's associate running with something nice afterwards. So guys, consistency is what's really important with our running. So get into it, let me know how it goes. Yeah, so guys, I hope this was extremely helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know how you think. Let me know if you've got any races that you want to run or any feedback at all, any other sports you want me to tackle. Let me know.